Alright, so Boruto Chapter 63 recently just dropped, and I got a good bit to say about this chapter in particular because for at least the past, I want to say, month or so, I've been kind of making theories about what's going to happen during this fight, and I was kind of spot on with the money right here. Now, what I am still a little bit skeptical is, are we actually going to be seeing this Jogan pretty soon? I'm just going to go ahead and, kind of skip towards the end, and then we're going to kind of like jump from point to point. But at the end of the chapter, we see Borushiki for, I want to say, the third time now, and we see him with both eyes open. Now, I think that, with Borushiki having both eyes open, I think there's actually something that was done when his horn was broken off during the Otsutsuki arc. If you remember clearly, Momoshiki seems very concerned that his horn was broken, and it seemed that it did some sort of damage. And I made a video talking about, hey, will Boruto's Momoshiki horn grow back? And I still don't think it's going to grow back. If anything, it's going to kind of grow back in that same state. But took a second to Google it, just kind of curious to how horns work, and horns don't usually grow back. So I do wonder if that's going to be some sort of significant change to Boruto's Momoshiki transformation. Kind of my whole theory with this thing is, I think, with the Byakugan suppressing pills, it is sort of suppressing Momoshiki's personality. It was kind of one of the main points I drove home in one of my theory videos. I think it was the Boruto's Jogan returning in the manga. I think I uploaded it back in September, but pretty much one of the main points of that video was Boruto's Byakugan pills are going to be suppressing Momoshiki's personality. And I think that's how Boruto's going to have better control of his Borushiki form. It may even unlock the Jogan that way because he's suppressing Momoshiki. But in the panel where he's shown with the transformation, it looks a lot different. Looks like he's like sort of in control at the same time, but we're not exactly sure. We don't see his horn, so that is very weird. But he does have the Byakugan, so I guess we're going to have to really wait and see till next episode and kind of see what's going on with that thing. But this episode was pretty good. I think we're finally getting started to jump into a big fight here. It's been about a year since we did the Otsutsuki arc. I clearly remember covering the Otsutsuki arc around this time last year, but it's been around a year since then, and we're getting into the next big action scene. Boruto literally just got to the battlefield, and when Boruto's here at the battlefield, Kawaki is talking to Code, and he's talking to Code and telling him that like, hey, I'm ready to leave and whatnot, and Boruto's like, are you stupid? And I think my main issue with Kawaki is that being sort of selfish in the way that he's trying to sacrifice himself to protect Naruto, and that's kind of what Kawaki's character is, right? Because he sees Naruto as like a savior. Naruto pretty much got him out the bad place, and now Naruto's sort of like his angel, his guardian angel in a way. So in a lot of ways I kind of see where Kawaki's coming from, but that's where he's sort of blinded, and Amato said this perfectly. He has like a madness for Naruto, I believe is the way he put it, and it can make Kawaki do some really stupid things like go with Code to a random place. You have no idea where you're going, and talk to this random person that wants to, speak with you. So Boruto thinks this man is absolutely bonkers, that he wants to jump into a random place and meet with a stranger. So, I'm definitely on that same vibe that is, Kawaki's not really thinking straight. He's doing everything in the best interest of, Hokage Naruto. And it's pretty much putting everybody in danger. Look at where we're at now, right? We got Boruto out here with Kawaki, and the two of them being out here with Code is a danger in itself, because Code is that dude. He might mess him up for real. So now the situation just got 10 times worse because Kawaki decided to be selfish. But Boruto's just like, you're not leaving at all, and he kind of like knocks him aside the head. And I'm gonna say it, man, what's up with Ada in these scenes, man? Because something is aloof. I think Kawaki said something about he wants to meet Ada, and like she started like blushing, and hey man, I think Ada needs to be put on a list for real, because is this not a grown woman going after some preteens? Hey, listen, I know some people, like, oh, it's just a manga, but hey, hey, I'm just saying it looks a little bit weird looking at it from the outside in. But I still do think this whole Ada thing is kind of weird, how she's like obsessed with Boruto and Kawaki, because at a certain point Boruto hits Kawaki, and then like it just turns to Niagara Falls, and I don't really understand what's going on here. It's low-key creeping me out, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So hey, that's Ada's character. Ada's character doesn't even seem as cool to me as now, because it's sort of like turning into like one of those fangirl characters for Boruto and Kawaki. But I kind of want to see her development a little bit more. It's more than just a Boruto and Kawaki paper towel. So kind of curious to see how her interactions will be with Kawaki and Boruto when they actually do meet, and maybe it'll be a little bit more developed beyond that. But there's a point in here to where Code is talking to Boruto about how he like reveres him. And I think the thing with Code in this chapter is the way he comes across to me seems a little bit like unnatural in a way. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm Code, you know, the Otsutsuki are my faith and whatever. And I think as Code sort of develops, it'll come across more naturally, but sometimes when Code sort of speaks, it just seems sort of weird. But I think it's just sort of the way he was explaining it. But you know, he's pretty much telling him that, you know, this is my faith, I'm gonna have to feed you to the 10 tails to cultivate the divine tree, and you know, kind of sucks that I have to kill you because I kind of, you know, respect and love the Otsutsuki. And the thing about Code is that he knows a lot about the Otsutsuki, so later on in the chapter he actually drops some knowledge on Boruto and Kawaki about the karma seal, which was very welcome because I think that we really did need the explanation. And I think some people were a little bit upset about kind of what else the karma seal can do, but if you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to expand on that in just a second. Boruto and Code are just about to start, and it sort of switches over to a panel with Naruto. I'm not sure how Naruto didn't notice that his son was missing, but I guess not too much time has passed. I think he was so tunnel vision that Naruto just kind of forgot he had a son, which kind of bring me back to, like, you know, the beginning of Boruto. I think Naruto was just so focused on getting Kawaki that he just sort of got tunnel vision and completely forgot about Boruto. But you know, they kind of have to now find Boruto, and I guess at this point in the story is where we're gonna get like Naruto and maybe Sasuke and some other people sort of entering the scene after they locate Boruto's chakra signature. So, you know, like I said, once Boruto's out in the field, that'll allow other people to sort of get into the picture and sort of intercept. You might even get to see some more fights develop beyond that. And I think because other people are coming into the picture, I said this in my third video and I'll repeat it again, I think other people are going to get hurt, other people that Boruto actually care about, and it's going to be pretty bad news for Boruto if he's in that Borushiki state at that time, because he's bound to hurt somebody if he's not in complete control. Code and Boruto start fighting, and obviously Boruto is, you know, way outmatched because he's not on the same level as Code. And Code is, you know, telling him that you don't really know how to use the karma properly, you don't really know true power behind the karma, the true essence behind it. And Code explains that with the karma, you get the Otsutsuki's combat experience accumulated over millennia. Now, the reason why this makes so much sense, right, is because think about the karma. The karma is a tool, a technique, a seal, whatever you want to call it, that allows an Otsutsuki to sort of revive through a vessel. And the reason why it makes sense is because when they revive through this vessel, wouldn't it make sense that they would want to retain all their memories and all their fighting techniques and whatever? Imagine if they revive through a vessel and they literally forgot everything, had to like restart from scratch. I think that's why it sort of makes sense now. I have to sort of like think it through, but that makes sense. They want to retain all that memory, all that fighting ability, and as you know, they continue to, you know, devour planets, they'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. So yeah, it makes perfect sense that they retain those fighting skills and, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, Code's explanation actually makes some sense when you look at it that way. So yeah, near the end of the episode, we see Code getting ready to step on Boruto, but Boruto sort of snaps out of it, and sort of similar to how Boro fight was, he sort of like slips under Boro and quickly pops up. So it looks like we're going to be getting a new Borushiki form versus Code. I'm really curious to see how this Borushiki form does against Code. My main thing is I want to know how Borushiki does versus Code, because I think that'll give us a good gauge to how strong Borushiki's form is, and you know, kind of going forward, how strong, you know, Boruto for karma could be up against Code, because he's gonna have to, you know, get strong enough to be able to take on this dude, right? I mean, they were literally training like a couple of chapters ago for Code, so not much has changed between then, but I think this is a good time to sort of gauge where Boruto is at now, strength level, and then when they fight him post time skip, we'll sort of get a good marker for that as well. But yeah, this chapter was pretty good, honestly, better than the last couple of chapters. I know it's been going a little slow, but they're kind of building it back up again. It's only been like a year since we had like our last major fight or whatever, so I think this is really good. You know, once again, I'm a little creeped out by Ada, but you know, what's new? I think Code can be a very cool, exciting character. It's just, you know, me personally, I think I want to see a little bit more development from him, because the Otsutsuki thing is cool, but you know, sometimes I think it does come off just a little unnatural and creepy, which may actually just be like a thing for his character, right? He's kind of obsessed with the Otsutsuki, so no normal person is obsessed with a Shiki Otsutsuki, so you know, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this chapter in particular. I think it was done very well. Probably like give it like a good 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 or whatever. And you know, I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this chapter. Anyways, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord, and I will see you guys later. Peace.